What up, my Niglets? I thought I'd do another, I don't even know, not a review today, but kind of like a guide or a breakdown of the new Destiny event called the Solstice Event for 2022. They've had a Solstice event for the past few years, and basically what happens when you do the Solstice event is you get brand new armor for any classes you have. So if you have, example, like a warlock and a war hunter class or whatever, every class that you have, they'll give you like a solstice armor for it. And to kind of get a look, for example, if you go to the store, you go here. This is the armor that you're basically obtaining, hoping to obtain. This is free armor. So it doesn't cost you any money to do this. But the catch is that you have to earn them, which is fair. They give you task, and if you complete the task, you can get this armor. And essentially, you start out with. Let's see. This is last year's armor. Might be a tad bit different, but this is basically what last year's armors looked like right here. So it's nice to kind of giving you. Yep. Also, yep. So this is last year's armor for uh, for the Titan was this, and then this was the last year's armor. So last year you got this one like by spending money, and you got this one for by earning it. Or you can use gold. Apparently they don't have that this year. It's just one you can get, which is this one, where you can get last year's. Kind of a chip. I wish they did that last year. But anywho, so if you look at the armor now, this is how the armor starts out. So you get the armor like this. This is the basically beginning stages of it. Last year, if you saw, the beginning stages were much lamer. This isn't. I mean, it's not the coolest armor, but it's also not the worst armor to start out with. And essentially, you just complete a fucking shitload of tasks, and if you just keep completing tasks, eventually you are going to get these. And the way you do it is you have to basically complete this task here, the bonfire bash, and it's just a lot of repetitiveness. You're gonna do the bonfire bash, like 1,000 times, and it'll give you rewards and stuff. But basically the same shit over and over again. And then essentially once you do enough bonfire bashes, these event cards here. They add this to your missions or whatever. The Solstice event, and there's event cards, basically just things you have to do, right? Stoke more flames. So basically, you throw balls into the flame mosh pit in the bonfire bash, or there's a lot of basic ones too, like defeat combatants or opposing guardians with power weapons. So it's like getting weapon kills with your power weapons, your strong weapons. Or this one's defeat bosses anywhere in the system. So essentially, to get this done is just a lot of monotonous grinding is all it is. You're just gonna grind and grind and grind and grind and grind and grind, and then after like 7, 8 hours of just doing the same thing over and over again, you can get that armor. Now you might be confused on how to do it. What's the best way to kind of aim at? What do you do once you kind of complete the event? How do you upgrade the armor? So basically, you have to go into the armor set here, pick the armor, and you have to do it one by one. So that's why it's going to take so much time. And the first time you go into it, you have to click on this, and there's going to be something called small kindling in here, and it costs kindling to fucking do it. You get kindling by completing these events. So you get kindling by completing the events here. So if you see here, for the event, the challenge, defeat taken the bonfire bash, taken defeated 60/20, and then if you get your rewards is kindling and an event ticket. So you get kindling by completing this. Once you get kindling, you can then go over to whatever armor you want to be special and glow first, whatever order you choose. and then you have to use it to basically add kindling to it. Once you add kindling to it, like so, as we wait for it to slowly apply, boom, it adds a glow to it. Look at that, it's glowing. Woohoo! Um, Now, once you do that, the second step after you've imbued it, and that takes a while. So, as you saw it there, that was kind of the third time I had to do that. So I had to do it once with small kindling, and then right here there's a second, large kindling, and then there was, full kindling, whatever the fuck I just did. And that's what finally got the glow to appear. And then you have to, like I said, you have to do that for each set of armor you want. So it's gonna take fucking forever because it probably took me, I don't know, 3 hours just to get to this for this one piece of armor. And then, but not only after you do that, so once you do small kindling, whatever, once you complete one of them, then you go to this and add a shining ember to it, and that you basically get this silver ash. You get to do it by completing the bonfire bash or whatever. So each one of them has a different, thing to it. Imbues armor with sparks, recoil its stats with high recovery, with discipline, with intellect, with strength. So you can add something to it to basically make your stats better. I'm a big fan of resilience and recovery because it's always good to heal and whatnot. But I'll do like, I'll do recovery because recovery always costs the most. So there you go. That's essentially, I mean, honestly, that's basically it. Like I said, you're going to do that for each piece of armor. The thing that makes it really tough too is that to get kindling, as far as I've seen for it, like I said, you have to complete. You don't just keep getting it. You can get silver leaves, which is the thing you need to make silver ash, which is the thing you need to add the thing I just did. But to get you're gonna need this kindling here, and you can only get kindling by completing these steps. And you see here is 1 out of 24 of them. And this is the only way you can get that. Silver leaves you can get by completing anything. You can do fucking a Vanguard strike. You can do a fucking well of blindness or whatever. You can do the fucking sever missions. You can do anything to get silver leaves, and then it doesn't have to be in the bonfire bash. But these are particular. You have to complete these. You only have 24, so there's not a lot of options. You have to complete these. You have to get like 1,000 hand kills to unlock this one. That's it. That's the only way to unlock that. And it takes a while, and you can't redo something, which is why it takes the longest. Because yeah, you can do it. It's not that hard to go out and just get killed with your hand cannon. But I've probably killed like 100 people so far with my hand cannon and only got 58%. So that's what really kind of sucks the time out of it, and that's why it's really the hardest. But that's basically it. So in a nutshell, this event is the bonfire bash that you see here. You can activate the bonfire bash uh, by basically just coming right here and starting the mission, and that'll start it for you. And it's pretty much the same thing every time. You just go around the area killing people, and then you kill like a main boss, and they drop an orb, and you put the orb into the fire pit, and that's what you do. Rinse and repeat that over and over again. And then once you do that 1,000 times, uh, you come and like I said, you add the kindling and whatnot to each piece of armor until they're fully stacked out. And then if you have a different character, like I'm gonna do it with the warlock after, unfortunately, uh, you can do it all over again. The event lasts for, let's see, I think it was 20 more days. So if you look here, ticket expires at the end. It's like 20 more days. You probably have like 2 weeks basically to do it. Maybe close 3 weeks is how much you got. Just started yesterday. Or what's today? Is it Tuesday? No, it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday for me at least. So yeah. So anyway, so that's it. So like I said, the Solstice event basically is just one map that they brought back for the Solstice event in 2021 that you get to do, and you get to do it basically to have this armor here, and that is the end all be all of it. It's kind of dull, it's monotonous. You're gonna do it over and over again, but at the very end of it, you do get somewhat decent armor, like armor that you can wear, because That's just the game, right? The game is getting armor that you can't that you have that other people don't have. And like I said, it's cool the fact that they allow you to get this armor from last year, which you can get just with gold dust. If you have 6,000 gold dust getting around, you can get this glowing armor that they had last year. This one was a favorite. I sometimes still put pieces of this armor on to this day. It's definitely a cool piece of armor. I love the legs, I love the arms, the headpiece is it's just sick as fuck for this one. So if you play Destiny on the normal and you're always grinding out for nonsense, so at least this week, or this month, you get to grind out for somewhat new cool piece of armor, slightly new things. But that is what the Solstice event is. I hope that helps you understand it and what you essentially need to do to get it. All right, later, guys.